Hello, I'm Mike, and today I'm going to explain how the guitar saved my life. Thank you for joining me. This is my channel, my YouTube channel, obviously. Very recently sort of cobbled together, I suppose. I've been playing the guitar for about 4 years now, I think, coming up to about 4 years. So there's a few videos of kind of my guitar journey a little bit. So there's things from the very beginning, which I'm sure you'll be able to hear which ones are those. The sort of two chords, not greatly played, but they're still there. They're still there as a sort of timeline to give an indication of, yeah, I suppose for myself more than anything, a couple of memories of the journey. So let me explain. As you can see, I'm a bit of a veteran. I first got my guitar from my lovely wife. Bought me a guitar on my 34th, I think, birthday. So it started relatively late, but ever since she bought me the guitar, I've not been able to put it down. I'm just going to introduce you right now to that very first guitar. This is what it was. It was this beast here that no longer has any strings on it. Unfortunately, she's been sort of retired. Now she's just a dusty bit of furniture, but what a piece of furniture she is. So this was it. It's a Stewart. Now, I've never heard of this brand of guitar, so if anybody has ever heard of it, please put a comment in below. I had a look on the internet, just out of curiosity, not because I thought it was necessarily worth lots and lots of money. But I was always kind of curious because I'd never heard of the brand. And so that was how it began. And it's just been amazing. I have to say, this is obviously such a dramatic title, but it's kind of an explanation of how all of these things came to pass and how it's made my life that much better. That's probably the best way to explain it. Other than the fact of having something new and having a gateway, let's say, into the musical world. So I've always been a fan of music. I've always listened to music. I'm Welsh, so I've always also sung along to all of the music that I love. But then once you have an instrument, all of my favorite kind of musicians, Simon and Garfunkel, Bob Dylan, Joni Mitchell, all of these people, all of a sudden it felt like an entrance into that kind of world. And obviously I'm not comparing myself to those greats. But very quickly after learning sort of the basics, even with very little knowledge, you can already start to put things together and write songs and write your own music and express yourself, which, as it happens, is what I ended up really enjoying more than anything on the guitar. Obviously, I still love to play covers and do all of these things, but the songwriting part of it has just been a complete surprise and completely an amazing revelation to be able to feel something, a tiny little emotion, and then make a whole sort of story out of it, put things together, and not only for myself, then to be able to entertain other people. So yeah, as a little bit of a timeline, just to go back, got the guitar 4 years ago, played literally until my fingers bled. Now I understand what Bon Jovi was singing about. For about a year and a half, I played obviously all the time. And then a friend of mine introduced me to somebody who was a manager of an acoustic band, who eventually asked me to go and travel with them, which I did, which was an amazing experience. I mean, imagine I'd only been playing the guitar maybe 2 years, and during the lockdown, I was able to travel and go and play in all these different places with these very cool group of people, and it was a really, really, really interesting experience. I started last year doing gigs, solo gigs, myself, obviously. That's why I said solo. Getting to just meet loads of people, entertaining people, having people come up at the end of the gig and tell you how much that they enjoyed it. And there just seems to be a massive amount of love sharing, for want of a better word, and in the very best possible way. It's been really, really moving, and an amazing experience. And above all, this is why I think that I have to tell you, it sort of saved my life. It certainly changed it dramatically, because for the very first time ever in my 30 odd years, I started to do something just for the absolute love of it. I mean, the gigs and all of that sort of stuff, it came a little bit later on, but all I would do is just pick up the guitar just because I wanted to. I didn't even feel like I was practicing. I was just practicing. Almost, to me, sounds like homework, and something that's slightly less enjoyable. And I just picked it up because I loved it. And it's the first time ever in my life I've done anything for no reward at the end, just simply to be playing the guitar. And it's been amazing. You know, I've done lots of sport during my life and lots of other things, and I've always been working towards something at the end. You know, you go to the gym because there's the goal here at the end. You know, you train extra. You train extra in rugby practice or whatever it is because there's a game or because there's a something, you know, and it's always like the carrot with the stick. And this time, with this guitar, it's just been purely for pleasure, and it's such a huge experience. And I kind of wonder why this is the very first time that this has happened to me. And I wanted to share that, and obviously kind of introduce myself and the channel to the world, because this is now something that I'd really like to do a bit more of, and share the more that I kind of produce and the more music that I make, the more I feel like I really want to share it. And so that's what I'm gonna do. So yeah, welcome, hello world, hello internet. That's it from me. Anybody who's got any comments, who'd like to share anything or similar experiences to mine, just put it wherever you can. Put it below, comments, anything you like.